Hard things in life happen. Don't make it harder by beating yourself up about it, I think is the one sentence. Focus. If you catch yourself calling yourself stupid or an idiot or lots of different negative things that if you have a brain that does this, you probably know better than I do, really trying to stop that pattern, because we do not improve through shame. We do not improve by feeling bad about ourselves. So building a voice inside your head that says, I'm learning, I'm growing, it's okay for me to do better.
Welcome to Mind My Age, presented by Total Life. I'm your host, Neelam Brar. Today we have an exceptional guest, Allison Virtue, a therapist with extensive experience in providing advocacy and therapeutic services to seniors in long-term care settings. Allison has been with Total Life, providing support and therapy to seniors across the nation. We're so excited to have you. And as a therapist, you help coach patients or clients through that journey of building routines and staying accountable for them, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And double checking to make sure that the routines they've already built are actually working for them. And so for some people, going out is a big part of their life, but with chronic illness impacting them, it's burning more and more energy to go out. So maybe we go out less often and find more ways to build joy and connection from home. And maybe that's what you need right now in your life. Or maybe you've been at home too much and you need to go out more. It's not a one-size-fits-all answer of this is the right thing to do for a life. It's about figuring out who you are, where you are, and what's going to help you most right now.
What are some key insights you've gained on the significance of mental health on aging?
It is that better is worth working towards. I feel like as I work with just about everyone, I've heard many people say to me, I can't believe it's taken me this long to figure it out. I'm blank numbers of years old. How am I still working with this? How am I still struggling with this? Or I don't know how much longer I have left. Is it even worth working on this anymore? And yes, it's worth working on it. None of us know how long we have before our timer runs out. And better is also always worth working towards, even if your life up till now has been difficult or you're feeling like you're beating yourself up because you haven't figured it out before now. All of our learning over our whole lifespan builds us into who we are, and who we are now can still make choices that make life better and beneficial to live.
It's so important to have tips for a healthier mindset. What are some actionable tips our listeners can start implementing today to improve their mental health and stay engaged?
Hard things in life happen. Don't make it harder by beating yourself up about it, I think is the one sentence. Focus. If you catch yourself calling yourself stupid or an idiot or lots of different negative things that if you have a brain that does this, you probably know better than I do, really trying to stop that pattern, because we do not improve through shame. We do not improve by feeling bad about ourselves. So building a voice inside your head that says, I'm learning, I'm growing, it's okay for me to do better. I can do better. And so challenging that negative self-voice in your head would be, I think, number one. Number two is figuring out how to celebrate yourself for small steps. So for focusing on things that you've done, focusing on things that you've accomplished, building a mindset that pays attention to positivity. And I think number three is figuring out your long-term, where you're trying to get to, and building a road to that place. stop beating yourself up. Focus on the things that actually are positives within your life, even if you're not feeling like it. Still focus on it and try to craft out a goal that you're moving towards so that you have some direction with what you're trying to do.
It's so important to stay physically fit and physically active as we age, but not many people really think about or speak about the importance around mentally fit, mental activities, and how we can actually influence our mental activities, our mental fitness by doing exercises and routines. What are some of the ones that you think are really easy to implement into our day-to-day?
Yeah, I think, like we've talked about, a positivity list. At the end of the day, making time to commit to write down 5 things that you recognize are good things to have in the world, and to focus on, sometimes it's called a gratitude list. Maybe it's things that you're grateful for, but a commitment to regularly focusing on those things. I think that meditation and deep breathing are also very good things to engage with. This is particularly good if you have a brain that gets stressed out very easily and you can feel your heart racing and your breath going faster. Deep breathing helps tell our brains that it's okay to calm down. If you've never done deep breathing before, one of the easiest ways is by counting to 4. So you inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. You hold it in your chest or your stomach, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, same way, slow breath, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then hold the exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. And do that over and over again until you can feel your heart calm down a little bit. And that's just a very basic way to connect our brain and our body and help us calm down.
I love that. And it's so important to take a moment to do the breath work. When you speak about a gratitude list, how often should one be looking at that list? Is it every morning? Only when you're feeling down? What is your recommendation?
My fundamental recommendation is almost always what works for you. But if you're not sure what's going to work for you, I think a habit of writing it at night and checking it in the morning is a good rhythm to get into. And then as you get going for a little while, you may find out like, oh, I always remember in the morning what I wrote down the night before. That's not actually helping. And so then you might actually hold it for when you're feeling particularly down. Or maybe when you're writing the next days, you go back and review what you wrote the day before. And maybe challenge yourself to write something different. I think it's most important in the hard times where you're having trouble remembering what the positivities are. But if you're not sure how often you need it, build a routine of checking it every day.
So listeners, if you're inspired by today's conversation, visit totallife.com to learn more and sign up for therapy sessions covered by Medicare. Remember, it's never too late to start taking care of your mental health. Stay mindful, stay healthy, and keep thriving. Until next time, this is Neelam Brar signing off.